Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Anthea, and over here on my little space in the internet, it is a place for women who are potentially over 40, want to live their best life, live life on their own terms, unapologetically, and love everything fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. So if you feel like this is something that you would be interested in, please do consider hitting the subscribe button down below. So in today's video, we're looking at something that isn't just about luxury, but more about providing you with the the support, the ability to be able to live your best life. And what I'm talking about in today's video is basically creating your own, I would call a maintenance team. Now, this is a group of people and services that you feel will help you be your best self. So when it comes to clothing, being cared for, and just feeling your best self every single day. So I suppose you'd ask the question, what is a maintenance team? Now, it's not just about having like a hairstylist or a beautician or anything like that. It's a team of people that basically help you curate the life that you want to live. Now, this is something that I feel as women we tend to avoid. We think, oh, we shouldn't be doing it because there's so many other things in life that we have to do. You know, we're mothers, we're daughters, we're sisters, we work. We're entrepreneurs, all of those things. And I think when life tends to get busy, we leave ourselves as the last people to look after ourselves. So I came across this idea, I think this is to be totally honest with you, a few years back. And what it was, I never really thought of it. I think if you think about it in this way, when you think of a celebrity, you'll think of, they have a chef, they have, beautician, they have all these things that help them come together and be, when you see them on the red carpet or you see them wherever, they are at their best. Now, I think us as just ordinary people wouldn't consider that as something we could do in our everyday lives. However, I think that is something that we can definitely do. So what I'm going to do is run you through what I think you might need as your maintenance team. Just throw some ideas out there. Obviously, it's really going to be dependent on where you are in life, what you deem as a luxury, some of the things that you would like to do. So if there is anything that you think I've missed as I'm going through some of these things, please do share your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section down below. I would love to hear some of your ideas, and hopefully we can kind of get the conversation going in the comment section and share with each other. So first off on the list, I would say it would be your beauty team. So that would be a hairstylist, a beautician, someone who does your nails, things like that. Now, some of these things can be expensive, and what I would say is, obviously, if you can afford to do these things, by all means, knock yourself out, get them done. However, if you are someone who's on a budget, please don't think that this is something that you still can't do. I really think there is alternatives and there's options to everything. So it might be that you go to the stylist or the hairstylist every 3 months. So you can't go every week, you can't go every month, but you put stuff in place that, every 3 months or however often you deem, luxurious, you're going to make time for that. Or if it comes to hairstylists, you can actually go to like beautician schools and things like that, where people aren't fully qualified. However, they still are very good at what they do. And obviously you can pay a discounted price. So think outside of the box when it comes to these things. Don't think it has to be a very specific this or that. You can make it fit you. And again, what you deem as luxury and what you think would make you be able to present as your best self. Okay, the next we move on to a stylist. Now, so when I say stylist, I mean like style and fashion team. So it might be that you find yourself a seamstress, so someone who can do your alterations. I do think it's really important to have that. I think depending again on what your budget is, if you're able to buy higher quality clothes, they may tend to fit a little bit better than maybe a cheaper version. But if you have someone in your remit that you might find an item that you really love, you've been looking for, it doesn't quite fit right, but if you can get someone to maybe tweak it, that's something that can stay in your wardrobe for the longest time and you get a lot of wear out. Now, the only caveat I would say to that, depending on how much you've paid for the item, would depend on would you actually want to pay money to get this altered. That's just a caveat for me. You might think something slightly different, again, it's down to you. This is your choice. This isn't me telling you what you should or shouldn't do with your money, your clothing, how you want to kind of present yourself. And also I would say a cobbler. Oh, I'm still looking for a cobbler. In the UK, we have a shoe cobbler called, I think is it Johnson's? I'll put the name, so I'll put a picture of it. And what I will say, it's a chain of cobblers. And I don't feel the prices that they charge for the quality of the work they do is horrific. I don't know how they're allowed to do this. But yeah, so I am still trying to find a cobbler. I'm looking for a nice little one, small family business kind of thing. So if anyone in the UK, specifically in Manchester, knows of anywhere, please, please, please pop it in the comment section below, because I've got like at least 3 pairs of shoes upstairs and I'm just like, I refuse to take it to this bloody chain of cobblers. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, comment section down below. So then next, I'd say what we call a wellness team. Now this is like your, I don't know, somewhere where you'd go for a massage. Oh, that would be nice right about now. I could do with a massage. But anyway, somewhere you go for a massage, or somewhere where like a fitness trainer. So if you're into your fitness, you might kind of go. And again, these don't have to be every week. These can be kind of stuff that you kind of engage with to make sure either you're on the right track if it comes to your fitness or nutrition. And also I would say when it comes to like this kind of thing, I would say it depends on where you are in your, I suppose, what your goals are. So I would say investing in yourself is definitely worth it. And as we get older, you get to a certain age, things start to change. So as part of that, I really do think it's important to start to look after yourself. If you haven't already been doing it, I think it's never too late to start looking after yourself. I think when you're younger, these aren't the things that you think about. You're thinking about different things, but as you get older, these are the times when you start thinking, right, yeah, I want to have a healthy, I want to be healthy in my older years. I want to do what I can to help me live the best life into my twilight years. So yeah, again, wellness team is definitely something that you can consider investing in. And then we also have like lifestyle and like support teams. So it might be that you have a housekeeper, someone who can help you keep on top of cleaning. Because again, as busy women, as I say, I struggled all last week. The job I do can be quite intense, and I can go a whole week without doing stuff, and then you get to a point where you feel overwhelmed or you feel like you're not doing enough, or that kind of thing. But if you can actually get some help in every now and again to keep on top of things, why not? Again, if you can. And then also therapy. I think as much as we think about our physical well-being and making sure we're looked after, I think it's really important, if you can, to look into getting some therapy. I don't feel like you even have to have an issue as such. I just think having conversations and exploring things, and if you are going through a difficult time, having someone potentially outside of your friends and family would be sometimes helpful to kind of just enable you to work through things and not let things get on top of you. So in certain work environments, you might have places where you can go for support. So they have therapists, as I know where I work, that you can register. There's people you can talk to, and things like that. So again, don't feel like if you're going through stuff that you can't do that or you shouldn't be doing that, because we should all have it together. Life's life, and sometimes things happen and you just don't have it together, and there's nothing wrong with looking and asking for help where you can. So please do consider that if that's something you would value as helpful. So as I mentioned before, all of these things that I've mentioned to you, you know, there are ways around of making it budget friendly. So please don't think that you can't have a lifestyle team or a team of people that help you live your best life. Because as I say, if it's to do with hair and makeup, you know, you can look at schools, you can look on places where, you know, like Treatwell, places like that where you can get discount and things like that. So there's alternatives for everything. So please do, if you are considering creating your team, let me know in the comment section what your team would look like. If this is something that you've actually thought about before and you already have your team together, I'd love to hear what that looks like. And I think as well, if we kind of keep the conversation going in the comment section down below, we can have that conversation around, you know, just recommendations and things that people may not have thought about. There might have been, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, things that I didn't mention. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do make sure that you like and share this video with other people out there in the World Wide Web that you think would be, this video would be helpful for. And as I always say, I think life can be difficult, life can be challenging, but I think if we look at what we want from our life and how we have somewhat control over our life. I think, you know, things happen to us, and that's, you know, we can't control the outer of the world, but what we can control is the way our life within our little circle looks like. So yeah, so I hope you found this helpful. Leave any comments in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now. See ya.